Every time I head down to the foreshore, there's always this real intense sense of anticipation and excitement, because you never know what you're going to find, and you never know what corner of the past you're going to end up in. I'm Malcolm Russell, I'm a mudlark, and we're down here on the foreshore of the River Thames today to talk about my new book, Mudlark'd, Hidden Histories from the River Thames. The River Thames, as it flows through London, is tidal. This means that twice a day, part of the riverbed called the foreshore is exposed. Mudlarking is the name given to searching that area for any interesting or old artefacts. For me, mudlarking is very much a people's archaeology. It cuts out the middlemen, the writers, the archaeologists, the museum curators, and puts the past directly between your fingers. There are very few places where a member of the public can come and get hands-on, with such a diverse range of artefacts from the past. The objects that you find mudlarking are really the stuff of ordinary people, London's soldiers, sailors, it's immigrants, it's entertainers, it's traders, it's workers. Many of these people didn't get the opportunity to write down much about their lives, and finding these objects that they made, they sold, or they used really puts their lives into the spotlight. Every find is a little portal into the past. We're now going to take a look at some of the objects featured in the book. What we have here is a clay tobacco pipe. It's Victorian or Edwardian, and what makes this special is there's a parachutist depicted on each side of the pipe. And this pipe was made to capitalise on the popularity of stunt parachuting at that time. And I had absolutely no idea about this phenomenon until I found this pipe. This is a die, it's made from bone, and it dates to around the 17th or 18th century. And when this die was in use, it was feared a gambling epidemic of epic proportions was gripping London. This coin was made in 1791 for the East India Company. This was the private corporation that governed India, controlled its trade, issued its own currency, and raised a massive army, bigger than the British Army, to force its will on the country. This is one of my favourite finds in the book. It's a Tudor signet ring dating to around 1450 to 1550. And the reason I love this find so much is because it's so personal. It would have belonged to a merchant. It features his initials, RD. And the way this would have been used is it would have been pressed into hot wax in order to personalise a seal. When I hold this, I feel a real connection with its previous owner. I'm the first person to put this on for over 500 years. The idea behind the book was to use everyday objects found on the Thames foreshore to reveal the forgotten stories of people from the past. Many of these stories are not widely known outside of specialist history books, yet they're really the backstories to the diverse London that we live in today. I really think about it as a people's history. The chapter I find most interesting is Immigrants. London has always been a city of immigrants since being founded by Roman merchants. Many people moved to the city or passed through. In doing so, they left their mark on the things London has used, made, bought and sold. We sometimes think of immigration as a phenomenon that started after World War II, but many objects from the foreshore show it has much deeper roots. I think people should be interested in this book because what it does is takes you on a journey back into the lives of forgotten Londoners from pre-history to Victorian times. Also, it might inspire people to give mudlarking a go itself. It's a very democratic way of accessing the past that anybody can try.